Hey everyone, welcome back to a brand new video. Today I'll be talking about how to play as and against the artist. As you can see, all the major timestamps of the video are up now, so if you want you can skip to that part of the section of the video, or you can pause the video now, read the power, which is Birds of Torment, Torment? I meant Torment. Anyways, I'm not going to re-edit that out because I feel too lazy to. Or you can just watch the entire video, and yeah, I won't keep you up too much longer, so let's begin. As soon as you load into a trial, you'll be able to use your ability right away. If you hold down the ability button on the bottom of your screen, you can see that you can summon a bird or a crow. You can let go to not summon one. If you hold down the ability button and press the summon button, you can see where the crow is going to be facing by the purple blob on the bottom. You can see how many crows you have on your hand or on the bottom left, and you can launch them. When you only launch one crow at a time, the cooldown for the ability is much shorter than 3. The more crows you launch at a time, the longer the cooldown is. If you place down a crow, a timer will begin in the bottom left. If you place another crow during that time, the timer will actually reset. If you let the timer go all the way down 0 once you summon a crow, all crows that you have summoned will disappear. When you hook someone, you won't be able to place any crows right next to them. You have to go a little bit away before you can actually start summoning them again. If you hit a survivor with Birds of Torment, you will actually be able to get a notification noise and see the HUD on the left, as you can see. Also, if you hit a survivor, you will see an aura of the birds around them until they start repelling. If they repel, you will not see the aura anymore, and if they stop, you can see it again. Birds of Torment is able to go through any objects like walls, generators, trees, etc. They can go through anything. Like I mentioned earlier, if you hit a survivor with Birds of Torment, they will have birds around them. But if you hit them with a second Birds of Torment, they will actually get injured. If Birds of Torment misses the survivor but it's close to them, you will get Killer Instinct on them. This also applies to lockers as well. If the survivor is hiding in a locker and you have Birds of Torment aim at them, you will get Killer Instinct. When you summon one of your crows, you will get an arrow in front of them. If a survivor is within the arrow's range, they will actually get injured without having a swarm around them in the first place. This is good for anti-loops and tight corners. Now for survivors, how do you know you're playing against the artist? Well, listen and look out for crows. Survivors can't see the arrows of the crows, so be careful by getting too close to them before you get injured. Also, you can see the aura of crows from a distance, and if you manage to get hit by the crows or have a swarm around you, you have two ways to get rid of them. By jumping into a locker, gets rid of them instantly, or you can repel them. Just a reminder, while you're repelling the crows, your aura is not seen anymore, so you can actually run away. Every killer has 20 unique add-ons for themselves. They are split into categories, which are 4 brown, also known as common, 5 green, uncommon, 5 blue, rare, 4 purple, very rare, and 2 red, also known as visceral, which are supposed to be the best add-ons, but sometimes they're not. I will not be showing clips of each add-on, I will just be reading them on. So on that note, let's start talking about these add-ons. Vibrant Obituary increases the length of time a dire crow's killer instinct reveals survivors by 3 seconds. Thick Tar increases the time for survivors to repel a dire crow swarm by 0.5 seconds. Oil Paint increases the dire crow's killer instinct detection range by 1.5 meters. Chocolo Corn increases the time dire crows stay idle for before disintegrating by 2 seconds. Velvet Fabric. When a survivor attempts to repel a dire crow swarm, the swarm's aura remains visible for an additional 1.5 seconds. Untitled Agony. When dire crows swarm a survivor, it afflicts them with a 15% hindered status effect for 1.5 seconds. Still Life Crow. Increases the time dire crows stay idle before disintegrating by 4 seconds. Festering Carrion. Decreases Birds of Torment cooldown time by 0.5 seconds after a dire crow takes flight. Automatic Drawing. Decreases Birds of Torment cooldown time by 1.5 seconds after a dire crow disintegrates from inactivity. Thorny Nest. Survivors damaged by a dire crow are afflicted with hemorrhage and mangled status effects for 70 seconds. Silver Bell. When dire crows swarm a survivor, it afflicts them with the Oblivious status effect. O Grief, O Lover. When dire crows swarm a survivor, it afflicts them with the Exhausted status effect. Darkest Ink. When dire crows swarm a survivor, it afflicts them with the Blindness status effect. The effect persists for 15 seconds after dire crows are repelled from a survivor. Charcoal Stick. The dire crow's aura is no longer visible when in flight. The dire crow's aura is visible for 0.5 seconds when summoned. Severed Tongue. Decreases the length of time the artist's movement slows when dire crows take flight by 0.5 seconds. Severed Hands. Any survivors within 3 meters of a survivor being swarmed by a dire crow will also be swarmed. Mattia's Baby Shoes. Survivors within 5 meters of an idle dire crow have their auras revealed for 3 seconds. Ink Egg. Increases the maximum capacity of dire crows by 1. Decreases the time dire crows stay idle before disintegrating by 2 seconds. Iridescent Feather. The artist gains the undetectable status effect when Birds of Torment is in cooldown, and she holds no dire crows. Decreases the maximum capacity of dire crows by 1. Garden of Rot. When a survivor affected by dire crows completes the repel action, they are afflicted by the exposed status effect for 4 seconds.